post clips every day that go to YouTube because it's just something I use and it just posts those things automatically. But actually posting the whole episode of the podcast episode, I don't do that. So trying to stream a thing, seeing how it works, should work better because the episode will be on YouTube and we'll see how it goes. So the way that we start this out, uh, we see what each of us have been up to since we last spoke. So actually, okay, I will. I'm not going to say I know what you've been up to, but I know some news that you were excited about. Um, your, I don't know, what do you call them?
My
Uh,
zaddy.
you know,
My zaddy.
what do
Get it
you,
correct, sir.
whatever you call them, whatever you call them, that motherfucker. He's going on a stadium tour.
Yes. Yes. He is going
And
on a stadium tour.
how many? And you're in? Did you already buy tickets?
They go on sale tomorrow. So I will be getting those tomorrow.
And if you don't know, we're talking about the weekend, everybody. Um, so yeah, because I text you today and I was like, "Hey, you going to that weekend joint?" You were like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not surprised."
Yeah.
So what? What? My question is, when was it? What made you get into the weekend
You
in
just
the
want my
first
whole
place?
weekend. You want my whole weekend story?
I
Uh
guess.
all right. So I was at work one day and I was listening to Pandora. Back and this tell you how old this is.
It was a long time
It
ago.
was huh?
Yes, yeah, this was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
this is a long time ago, right? When Pandora's like popping. And yes, EXO till we overdose, correct. Um but I would just listen to it and Intuition came on and I was just like floored because like if you listen to his early mixtape, shut up. If you listen to his
Go
early
ahead.
mixtape stuff, like it's just stuff that you don't typically hear. It's like really dark, it's really moody, it's really drug filled. I'm in my early 20s. I'm like, so I went through, found like all the mixtapes, and I started listening to like the mixtapes, and then like just went down that rabbit hole, and I've been stuck ever since. It has been fucking 14 years, guys.
And
Um, yes,
and you've been to his concerts before.
yes,
Does he do a good show?
yes. That's like no questions down. Like he does a really good show. Like and like I guess for me, he kind of set the bar pretty high. Like I've been to some shows lately where it's just like, oh, you ain't got no energy.
Right.
Oh, why did I even pay for a ticket to come see you?
Right.
Like, but for him, like you're getting your money's worth. It's always a good show, and so that's one thing that he does pride himself on is like delivering on every show. So I'm not gonna give like the whole album away, but in the latest album, Hurry Up Tomorrow, there's a song in there that he talks about an incident that he had that's like was really traumatic for him.
Mm.
So he was playing at the SoFi Stadium when he did his like live version of the tour, and while he was there, he could not sing while he was on stage, like just voice shot, gone, and that's never happened to him. And all the time he's been touring, like he's
Mm.
I think he started touring maybe like a year or two after like the first like mixtape dropped. And
Yeah.
so you got to think about it. That's like over a decade he's been doing this, and like he couldn't do it. And he loves to tour, like he loves being on tour. Um, so it kind of like traumatized him and kind of like put this whole album in perspective for him. So this is why he's killing off his weekend character. So he won't be releasing any more music under the weekend moniker per
So what is he
se.
gonna be going by?
His actual name, more than likely,
What's his actual name?
Abel.
His name is Abel.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like Cain and Abel?
Yes, like Cain and Abel. His name is Abel.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. Damn.
Um.
He should have went by like a symbol or something like Prince did. Go ahead,
Oh my
sorry.
god. Anyways, don't start that because he already is like changing his XO. Like now it's 00XO, and I'm just like, what's going on here? Don't know yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not changing my tattoo. My tattoo will stay the same. So that is why I love him so much. Like if you know the weekend is going to be on tour, like you're going to get a good show no matter where you are sitting. Um, it's just that like back then he was really mysterious. Like the first few
Yeah.
years, like you wouldn't get no interviews from this man. You barely heard this man speak.
That was
Uh,
the big shit.
yeah, that was a big shit. And like
Like
he didn't have his face on his album covers or anything. Like so nobody really knew what he looked like.
some people, you know what's crazy? I've never heard the Weeknd speak until I watched him on American Dad.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He was on
Okay.
an episode of
I
he
know
was on the
yeah,
episode.
he's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was my
But
first time hearing his like
he
speaking
speaks.
voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that nigga can talk.
Yeah.
Because everything that he does was just singing. So you never hear him talk. And I was just like, so that's what he sounds like. Okay, cool. Got it.
Mhm.
That was crazy. That was crazy. But when you speaking of, I was thinking about that when I asked you that question about the concerts.
You miss
And
the
I was
old
thinking like,
like in chat, they're
yeah,
like, "Oh, we're missing old weekend show prices." I do too. I know these tickets are gonna go on sale tomorrow, and I'm already know they're probably gonna be like bukus of
you,
money. Am I gonna pay it? Yes, but it's gonna be a
yeah, you
lot.
gonna spend it.
I'm gonna spend it. I mean, I love shows. You guys know I love concerts, and so like, I spare no expense when it comes to those. So
I was when I was thinking about that, I was like, what artists would I actually go see in concert? Because there's not a lot of artists that I would go see in concert, right? Um, and I was sitting there, I was like, who would I go see? Alan Stone. I would see Alan Stone in concert.
keep these
There
in
is a
mind.
group called
No, no, keep going. Go on.
Jamiroquai,
Okay.
but Jamiroquai doesn't come to America. Jamiroquai probably hasn't been in America since like the 90s, right? And then I think that's it. I think that's it because those are the only, and it's a British artist named Omar who I
Yeah.
listen to, and he's actually touring in America this year, but I don't think his location. I don't know if he's just doing all West Coast
Sorry, why
or
don't you look
whatever.
it
I
up
don't
and
know.
just go?
I don't know. Um, I can't even think of the last concert I went to. Uh, the last concert I went to was. Ooh, there's a artist from DC. Her name is Mumu Fresh,
Hmm.
and I
Her
saw
hair is
her
so
in concert
nice.
back in uh back in Maryland. She was cool. And then I saw Chrisette Michelle before the whole Trump shit.
Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, and I saw Hiatus Coyote. I actually got free tickets to that from a website called Soul Mounts. I entered a
Nice.
contest and I actually won. And I got to
Nice.
see Hiatus Coyote in Raleigh, like on that from their first album. And it was fucking amazing. Um, but yeah, I was just fucking sitting there thinking like that. So as a weekend artist, so as a weekend fan, if somebody was like, I want to I want to start listening to the weekend,
I'm
what
starting you off at the
album?
trilogy.
Yeah, that is a good album.
Like, okay, like anybody coming into the weekend, you have to start off at the trilogy. You have to
Yeah,
understand why we loved him from the beginning. Like, you can't step in and come in at like Starboy and understand. I mean, at that point, like all his good music was already like pop washed, whatever you want to call it, and just like yeah. So I can't even start you there. I gotta start you at the trilogy, and you gotta go through each one of them. Ain't no skipping, ain't no jumping. You gonna start at the very first track of the trilogy, and you're gonna go all the way down to the end. And I might cut out the bonus tracks, so you really don't need them, except for
yeah.
I guess I'll keep. 28. 28 is pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
but I don't know.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like I mean I might can start you over at Hurry Up tomorrow because he does pay homage to his first song on his like trilogy, which is High for Us. So the last song on his new CD, the last like 10-15 seconds starts up where he started and it goes full
Okay,
circle.
I got you. I somebody said that I really like Jamiroquai, and I'm like, yeah, because it was just something. I don't know. I like Jamiroquai because of it's a group, but when I saw my first time seeing Virtual Insanity,
Yeah.
blew my mind because it's a white dude singing his ass off and it's smooth, right? And then from there, he has the whole catalog of them is just. Jamiroquai was the first group that I ever heard use had a didgeridoo player in their band. So, and I like that shit so much that I have one and learn how to play it. I'm
Nice.
so fucking serious. Their trombone player is also their didgeridoo player, and I got one for Christmas, and I learned how
Yeah.
to play it. Um,
Oh,
so that's why I would like want to go to one of their concerts and shit like that.
I got
But
you.
I'm happy that you're going to be going, and you know, and you said it's Atlanta, right?
Yeah, either I'm going to the Atlanta show or I'm going to go to the Vegas show. I'll go to one of those two.
Okay, okay, that's what's up. That's cool. Um, but yeah, I guess you know, what else have you been up to lately?
Uh, shopping, looking around for houses. Actually, is what I've been doing
Ooh,
lately
yeah,
on the
yo,
weekend.
that one that you sent me, I was like, ooh, new construction. That's nice.
Yeah, so like the house I plan on buying either way is going to be a new construction home. Like I don't want
Yeah,
somebody else use things because
yeah.
you know me. Anyway, um, so yeah, but I'm still gonna get it like inspected and all that stuff. It's just I didn't realize how much goes into home buying until you first started getting into home buying. Yeah, y'all didn't embrace me nothing, and it's so
I would
much, and I'm just like,
let me help you out here, y'all. This is what I went through. So this is the house that I'm in now was the second house that I was going. That second choice. The first choice that I was going for was cheaper, and had it through a USDA loan, which was amazing because I would have kept 12 grand in my pocket. But because I couldn't get internet out there and I was going to be
yeah,
using satellite internet and I was working from home, it
ooh,
wasn't practical
that's
for me.
dumb.
But it was beautiful. It had like a shipping container on there. The
Mhm.
person turned it into like a shed at a workshop. She was going to let me keep it. It had like a wood burning fireplace in it,
Mm,
huge crawl space, deck. It was like over a lake and shit. It was nice. And it was like 280.
it's not bad.
Yeah, no, it was sick. I went so much in the process of paying due diligence, getting the septic cleaned out because I was ready to go. Like
Yeah, like
I
let's
was,
go.
yeah, I pulled the trigger on that. And it wasn't too far from where I am now. And the one thing I would say is make sure that the house fits your accommodations. Seriously, do that. Remember that your realtor that you get is working for you.
I don't have a
There,
realtor.
I would think about getting one.
Come
I'm serious.
on.
I would think about getting one just because depending and here's the thing. You probably with your network, you can probably find somebody that you can really trust that can really find you some good
Not
shit.
my network. Excuse me.
Yes.
I know nobody.
Hey, fuck out of here.
Anyway,
So I would definitely recommend getting one and look at what you can use resource wise to get as much money as you can and save as much as you can. Look up if you're in a place, if you find a place that has an address, look up that address, put it into that
I know.
USDA
Mhm.
website, and see if you can use that. It's a lot of shit. Use it and just save as much money as you fucking can when you buy a fucking house, man. Um, it. I would definitely get a realtor though, and not go into this shit like by yourself, because a realtor will be able to walk you through these steps, especially as a
I guess.
yeah, it'll help you a lot. My friend Carol like recommended me to her realtor that she
Mhm.
used for two houses that she's bought, and it's been a great experience, and she was really good. She knew what I was looking for. I told her I don't want no HOAs. I want to be out, and she was like, "How about this, and that? This place needs a lot of work done. Do you want to do that? Will you able to? You might not be able to get a loan for that, but she knew what the fuck she was talking about, and she got it done. It was good. Um, so yeah, that house shit, it's a lot. And you gotta have all your P's and Q's. You can't be spending money, especially when you're like deep into it, because they're gonna be looking at every fucking account that you
I
got.
know. Don't
Every
remind
account you got. The truck, when I bought that truck, right? I bought the house, and I was talking to the person who was helping me with the mortgage and stuff, and I was like, "Hey, can I buy this truck now?" And she was like, "How much is it?" I was like, "It's like 13." And I was just gonna pay it in cash. And she was like, "Yeah, you're fine. You'll still have enough for everything else." I was like, "All right, cool." Went straight to the dealership and got my truck. So you yeah, and I don't, and get a realtor. Find somebody.
Fine. Okay, fine. I found a realtor. Okay. That's one problem across
Get
off the list. I
upset with
still gotta
me.
find a place. So
You
like
trust me, you're gonna find a place.
no,
It's
it's not
tons of
no.
places.
I mean, it's true, but then like I'm not picky per se, but there's certain things that I want in my home and that I don't want a house that like everybody else has. You know what I mean? So like it makes it even harder. So now I'm looking at, do I want to go to custom build route? It's like it's so much. And I just want to be done with it. I just want to be like, all right, can we move now? Like I don't want to do all this extra shit to get out. Like I'm
Custom
tired.
built route is nice. It's really nice. Buying land and just going, doing what you want. That's good. Or here's another suggestion. You might not like it, but and just listen to me, because it's not bad. Buy the land, right?
Mhm.
Get your septic and all that shit together,
Mhm.
and buy a. I would say you're not gonna like this. I know you're not. Do you want stairs or do you want a rancher?
Yes, I want a two-story home.
Oof. Okay, never mind.
See.
Because I was gonna say you could find like really dope ass trailers.
Yeah, like I'm not opposed to that. Like growing
Yeah,
up, my mom had like bought a double wide and we stayed in a double wide.
yeah.
Like I'm not opposed to that, but I want a
That's
two-story
I.
home. So
I wish I would have done that shit. But I like ranches too, because I grew up in two-story houses and I hated that shit. It's cool, but you know, yeah, it's not that great to me. Um, shit. Okay. We're anime, tech, and gaming podcast. Okay.
okay, you act like we can't venture off sometime. I'm pretty sure we can
Yeah.
venture off
Adulting.
sometime. Okay,
Adulting.
be an adult.
Uh. So I really haven't been up to much of anything. Interviews and shit. A lot of just, you know, yeah, we looked at your resume, but we're gonna go with somebody else. Blah 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 blah.
That's
Today
what I do not like. Hold on. I
yeah,
hate that. Like, why tell me you went with somebody? Just be like, I didn't get the role. That's it. That's it. I don't care. Don't tell me you went with a better candidate. You found somebody that works. Cool. Just don't email me at all. Like, I get no
no, I
communication.
get that. I totally get that. I it I don't mind it because I'm just so used to it now, but it's also to the point where you all right. So I get those shits on the weekends. That's how you know a job really don't want your ass. You get a can, because you know it's automated.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's automated because they probably sent that shit out on Friday saying, "All right, we're gonna reject this," and you get it
Or they're
Saturday or
closing the
Sunday.
prereq and
Yep. So that's one thing. Today I signed up for basically joining a kind of getting a apprenticeship with uh becoming a elevator mechanic.
ooh.
Yeah. I was looking into it. I've been thinking about it for a while. And I was just like, let me just go ahead and see what happens with this and find the union that's close to me and all that shit and sign up for it.
I don't know how I don't know how I feel. You won't be in tech anymore. You'll be in
I,
elevator
I
tech.
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try to find a way to put both of those shits and put them motherfuckers together in some
Together,
way. I'm gonna think.
do some
Yeah, I'm gonna think about
automation.
that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna think about that shit for real, for real. Um, so I was like, okay, let's do that. And it's just applying to jobs every day, going through the process. Sometimes I just sit and just like stare into the wall and shit like that because I'm like, fuck, like what the fuck is gonna happen next? I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I have these interviews. You think interviews go great, and the person that you're talking to gives you this vibe of like, oh yeah, this shit is amazing. This shit is good. Blah 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 blah. Woo woo. All that bullshit. But then it's like, yeah, not you, or yeah, we're not gonna open up this role. We're kind of gonna go a different direction with it. Shit like that. It's just
I mean,
the ups and downs.
speaking of shit like that, like it's not even just you right now. It's like these
Yeah.
federal employees. We're gonna talk about it because like it's kind of hitting close
Mhm.
to home. And so like you got these federal employees who are like out here. They're gonna be going through that too because
Yep.
they don't know if they're gonna have a role or not with all these changes that the government has been doing. So imagine
And
like they are literally sitting in limbo.
yeah.
Like
And this makes me more confident in going into a trade
yeah.
than, I mean, going into tech is a trade. Like there are each like industry has a color. Like you have white collar, blue
Hmm.
collar. I think the tech is like purple or something like that. And nurses is like blue, like a, I don't know, pink or whatever, something like that. I don't fucking know. But it's, I think going the trades is where shit is going to go into. I mean, it's probably already growing as it is now, but after almost 10 years of this shit, of the tech shit, and applying to jobs, new job comes up. I'm not even looking at shit that's been posted past weeks. I'm looking like in the
24
past 24
hours.
hours. In the past 24 hours. That's what I'm looking at. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, let's see what's going on. As soon as I see that shit, like 3 hours it's been up. 100 applicants already applied to this shit.
Facts for them cyber
Uh,
rolls. Oh,
yeah, already done. You know what I mean? So it's just
2000,
like,
20,000.
yeah, it's just like,
God
what the fuck?
damn. Yeah.
What the fuck can I do? So it's looking into other options and you know just doing what I got to do just to
Yeah.
get money in my pocket. That's what I've been up to. But we kind of, already 24 minutes into this episode, but it's cool though. But something else that I did this past weekend, which I'm going to admit fucked up my head after watching 26 episodes of this shit. Up to 15, I was like, whoa, this came out in 95, right?
He's been so
So
excited to talk about this too, you
I
guys.
haven't. I watched because I've never watched it before. I knew what it was all the time. I watched Neon Genesis. What is it?
Evangelon. Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And when I tell you it was on Netflix, and I said, oh, let me check it out. When I tell you this shit was basically a therapy session because it's listed, it's categorized as a psychological anime. Like that's one of the words, mech
Mhm.
and psychological. And when you watch this shit, first of all, I don't recommend watching this shit in one sitting. Do not do that because it's gonna fuck with your head. Um, second, uh, I hated Shinji's father, but I also hated Shinji for specific reasons.
Okay. What was the reasons?
Um, first of all, he was kind of a bitch. And I can say that because I say that because his father treated him like shit and just let his ass go. His father and mother was so like into this whole shit that they were trying to build that his father just went fucking ape shit and just said, fuck that, fuck my son. I don't care if that motherfucker die. I don't care if that motherfucker live. I don't give a fuck. Right? They're cloning people. It's a whole bunch of shit. And Shinji, it's just like these teenagers are put in these situations as like fucking adults.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because he is. Yeah.
all these grown ass people are sitting there and they're relying on these kids to jump into these things called angels. They're angels, that's what they are, and fight other angels. And it's just like what? Like I'm just gonna like we could go over this shit, but I don't want to go too deep into it because I would say watch it. But there's one episode like when it's almost over,
Yeah.
and there's this exchange student. She's from Germany, right? She drives one of the mechs, right? And she's all about, yeah, I'm the best. I don't need any help because she has her own problems that she grew up with as a child,
Hmm.
and she didn't work that shit out. And these angels that come, they learn based on getting defeated and shit. Each one comes back stronger and better, and they know how to get into your head and all that shit. It's wild. But her and Shinji would go back and forth with each other. They butt heads. She was like, "One, it's 95, y'all. Okay, so if you watch this shit, just remember it's 95. All right. So it's nudity and all that stuff. It's 90 fucking 5. So it's like she's like, I'm developed and everything. Blah 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 blah. I don't need you. I don't need this. Tell me why. One of the craziest shits is this girl got hurt. She was in the fucking hospital,
Hmm.
right? Sitting. Oh, this is so crazy. Shinji is sitting next to her, like standing next to her on her bedside, and you know what this nigga does?
What?
You want to take a guess?
What does he do?
The motherfucker, like, he plays with himself when the person is right there in the hospital bed. When I saw that, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I said, I was not expecting that
That
shit.
is so fucking creepy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, y'all. 1995. I will reiterate that. Remember this, okay? Because this shit would not sell today. This shit would not go over. Wait. No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't go over well because on TV. But then I think about like, because I saw a dude getting interviewed and he was like, what is one of the things that you don't like about animes nowadays? And he was like, I don't like the sexiness. Why is there so much like sexiness and like sexy shit in anime? Just give me my fucking anime. Like, uh, Dandadan? Dandadan is crazy.
Okay, but it's not as bad as Neon Genesis.
No, it ain't that good though. The first
So,
episode of Dandadan,
so hold
that
on, wait
girl
a minute,
is
wait a minute, wait a minute. So
Go ahead.
I'm a segue, and I'm gonna segue way segue. So, have you ever heard the Yandere Simulator? That game,
Say it again.
Yandere. Do you
No.
know where Okay, so Yandere is basically the crazy chick who is like will kill for her man if you look at him wrong. Okay, he made a game called Yandere Simulator. The guy that makes that game is like a one man dev party. Okay, and like he loves Neon Genesis, and it's it's always the weirdos that like that anime. I'm just gonna keep it real because he likes that anime and like he references every chance that he gets. Right?
Yeah.
Well, he's 40, still a virgin. Really hasn't been around women, and it came out that he was talking to underage people. So I'm gonna leave that there for you.
Jesus, man. It it that show, and I watched like the movie too. The movies, everything is on Netflix.
Yeah,
The
I know.
movies too. And it was just like in when you watch the not the first one, but the second movie that continues after the series, you just realize that Senji he didn't like to be like he loved to be praised because he never got it.
Yeah.
But then he didn't want to face he didn't want to face people when it came to conflict. He would run away from it.
I mean,
And
you kind of look at it as like kids now, like even like
yeah,
when we were kids, like there's a lot of shit that we went through that we didn't face as kids that are now bubbling up to the surface as we get older, and now we're having to deal with it. So
oh yeah, for sure. It's a crazy. As I said, it's a big therapy session from the first episode to the last. It's a huge fucking therapy session. If you watch it, because you're gonna sit there and you're gonna be like, "The fuck did I just watch?" And then when the other thing that I realized is that there's probably some motherfucker out there that has watched this shit and they think they're the smartest motherfucker since sliced bread. And they're gonna be like, well, if you do this, if you watch this, you can understand that this is that, this is that. Shut the fuck up.
so before we started the podcast, I was trying to get like a good like explanation of it because I haven't watched it either, and I haven't had time
Yeah.
to sit down and watch like 26 episodes.
Mhm.
Uh, shit, I'm behind on anime now, and I barely watch anime. So like, I gotta catch up. Solo leveling, I'm behind episode behind. Sakamoto, I'm like 3 episodes behind, and like Dan to Dan, I didn't watch the last episode, so I'm behind. Um, but like trying to like watch some of these videos on the explanation of this anime is insane.
Yeah. It it really, I will say, it kind of shows you how back in the day that how I'm not gonna say animes back in the day were like really complex shit, but compared to what they are now, watching Demon Slayer is simple shit. You watch it, you ask the questions, how you get that? How did you get that? You continue watching and you learn it,
You learn it.
right? This shit is like you watch it and you're like, wait, so what what happened? Like what happened? Hold up. So if I'm gonna say what happens at the end of the movie, it's been out for
Go on.
damn near for a while. So at the end of this shit, it's scary. It's so weird. It basically Shinji basically he makes everything go away. Everything go away. And some people would call it selfish, him being selfish. Or some people would be like, yeah, that was the right thing to do. But everybody's gone. You know who's not gone?
Who?
The girl that he did that shit to in that bed. Right? And do you know at the end of that, because he had this dream that he choked her. She was still alive. And do you know what that motherfucker did?
Hmm.
He saw her, got on top of her, and started choking the fuck out of her. And she took his her hand and put it on his face, I think, to let him know this shit is real. Like, I am here. This isn't a dream. And he let go. And this girl said, pathetic. End. That was it. That was it. And I said, what the fuck did I just watch?
Do not watch.
Just, I was like, oh my gosh. Because I'm like, there has to be like some type of like synopsis about this shit.
There's
Somebody
tons,
has had
there's
to write.
tons out there.
Yeah. And it's like I said, it's a great anime. It's dealing with it's mech. Like they say they list it as mechs,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just so much shit in this that you're just like,
Were you high watching this?
no. And that's the thank you for bringing that up. Do not watch this shit when you're high. Don't do it, because you're gonna want to step outside and get some air, because it's gonna fuck you up. Like I said, this is easy. This is more complex anime than like a Demon Slayer or a. You know what's the equivalent to this now?
What?
I would probably say Attack on Titan. I would probably say somewhat the equivalent is Attack on Titan, just because of the way that the story goes
Mm-hmm.
and the way that it's written. Probably the best equivalent. But it's like I don't even know how to explain it, but that's the equivalent I would put it up to is Attack on Titan, because everything else that comes out nowadays is like, oh yeah, this is good shit. We got our good episodes, we got our funny episodes sometimes. Attack on Titan didn't have any funny episodes. None. None of that Naruto shit, none of that Dragon Ball Z
None of that
shit
filler shit.
where
No.
Naruto is chasing a fucking cat or some shit, doing some training sessions. Nah, it wasn't like that. This shit was serious from start to fucking finish. And that's just the way it was. I nah, man. And I do not want to watch that shit again.
Why not?
Cause if I watch it again, I'm gonna sit there and I'm still gonna be like,
You're gonna be sitting there like 2 hours later, like,
yeah,
still
yeah,
confused, trying to figure it
right.
out.
So it was good. I love the way it looked. A it was beautiful. Like, it was great. But that storyline, you're gonna be sitting there thinking about it, and you're gonna kind of wonder, what did I just watch? Yeah, what the fuck did I just watch? And I have a question for you. So if this kind of goes back to the whole, me asking about, the weekend, what album were you on?
Yeah.
If somebody came to you and was like, hey, I want to start watching anime, and let's say it's somebody who hasn't watched one, right? What are you suggesting to them? And I'm going to preface it with one seasons, only one season once. I already know one that you're going to say.
It has to be the one that's like one season only.
Yes,
God damn.
has to be one season only for a new person, because you don't want to give them so much.
See, and that's gonna depend on like what they like in real life, but I guess I'll go with a generic
Yeah.
suggestion. Um, l- okay. So if they're blurred, I'm gonna say Michiko Tahashin
Okay.
because it's only one season. It's not your traditional anime, Storylines kind of fire. You got like a semblances of like American like culture in it. Um, it's easy relatable. Yeah, I will go with that one.
And I guess my biggest thing is this is like I said, you're coming, and I totally agree with you on that. But when I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about more of like this person just asks you, hey, what should I give a watch, one season type shit? You know, they don't know anything about anime. So genres and
Yeah, they
all
think
that
it's
stuff.
cartoons. I'm going to tell them to
Yeah,
watch that.
yeah, yeah. So I I think about shit that has funny moments in it and shit that can be serious. Drama shit, right?
There you go. There's
I
funny moments and
say,
serious moments.
right? And I say the original Trigun because
Mhm.
that definitely has funny moments in it because Vash is crazy, but he can get serious. I would say Samurai 7
Mhm.
because that's also not one good season. I thought it was good myself. And I would probably say I would I'd probably put a Cowboy Bebop in there too.
Yeah, so Cowboy Bebop would be
Yeah.
like my number two.
Yeah.
Because you do have funny, you do have serious moments. It is a really good story, but then again, also too, like it's not the same story every week that you watch it. So like,
Right.
so that's something else. Um,
Oh, and I got another one.
what you got?
This is a Netflix one though.
What is it?
And it's oh my god, what is it called? I forgot. Um it's with the little dude. Oh shit.
Are you talking about Rankings of King or
No, 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 no. Um the dude who was taking care of himself. Oh man, I forgot what it's called.
now? I want to know because I'm curious.
It was a dude that was living in an apartment complex. And all of these people were taking care of him and looking out for him in this apartment complex. Oh, I forgot what it was called. I really did. I forgot because his parents, his oh, man, I forgot what it was called. Fuck, it's on Netflix though.
That
It's
doesn't
not Ken.
happen. There's a tons
I
of anime
know.
now on Netflix.
I totally forgot. Oh man, this is killing me because it was really good. Hold on.
Yeah, Rankings of Keys is one season, but still.
Oh, Cultural lives alone
Why does he live alone?
because his parents were gone.
Where are they gone? Are they dead?
Well, his mother's gone. His father is like gone away, but his father sends him money and takes care of him, and he gets it's a crazy story, but it's good. It's really good. It's actually really funny, but it gets like very sentimental and stuff like that. It's honestly, I don't say this a lot. It's actually a really cute anime.
No,
It's really
I don't
good.
like cheesy animes.
But you would like this. I'm serious, you would. It's I watched it and I was like, yo, like this is
Somebody
crazy.
remind me. I guess I'll put it on the Netflix
It's
list.
good. It'll, it'll pull at the heartstrings a little bit. I'm not even gonna hold
If
you. It
I start
will.
crying, I'm gonna like come find you. Just like I started crying the other day on the stream segue. Because I finished Dragon Age, right? Spoilers. If you haven't played it, I'm about to spoil it. You might want to skip ahead. Um, so if you ever play Dragon Age, you know a Barrack, like he's in I think all of them. And so in the beginning of four, they made it look like he died, but he did not die. He was alive. Well, you find out at the very end that he died, and I just started crying because it was sad.
You did not. You did not smooth your way in there or anything.
Nah,
That nigga did.
he did. Killed by
Jesus
his own
Christ.
friend, man. He just,
Oh man, that's wild. That is wild, man. But yeah, it was I don't know what made me think about that. Oh, I know what made me think about that question. It was I was just watching something on YouTube, of course, and somebody was just asking
I
that
mean, it's
question
the
like,
same
"Hey, if
way
you
of like if somebody you know is trying to get into gaming, what game do you like suggest that they play?
couldn't even the game, you would be better at that than me
Why would I be
because
better at it than you?
because because I know the games that I play, and the games that I play, a lot of other people don't like those shits. Siphon
What?
Filters, Metal Gears, Dishonored, and shit like that.
You like
Like,
okay, there is a whole
I know
fan
it's a
club for you
plethora.
stealth based people, okay? Are out
I
there.
could like if I give them a
Are you
game,
trying to say that I play more mainstream games than you? Is that what you're trying to say?
nobody who the fuck said that. I didn't
I
say
feel
that.
like that's what you're
You
trying
know
to
what?
say.
I would say give. It depends on the person. I would say Skyrim, but that really depends on the person, though.
I feel like Skyrim is a good start.
Yeah, yeah.
I think,
I would say,
yeah, Skyrim is a really
yeah.
great start.
I think that's a good one. Um, yeah, and you can play it on all platforms too.
And you get mods on all platforms too. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Skyrim's a good one. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's
it's
not bad. I
open
like that.
world. You know, you don't have to do the quest if you really don't want to.
Yeah, and
You
if
get
you
to
get the
fight
homestead shit, you can build a
dragons.
house and everything too.
Yeah, yeah. Good choice.
I would say I don't know
See,
anything like that,
see,
like
there you
Fallout
go.
and shit like that. I think those do pretty well. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay,
Yep.
I fucks with that. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay.
So you can make a clip and you can, ask people that watch. There you go.
Yeah, if somebody gonna come out with some crazy shit, somebody's gonna come out with some crazy shit. Yeah, get them in Final Fantasy Online. Like, no, 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 no. That's a lot. I wouldn't even. That's like me telling somebody, "Oh yeah, go into ESO." Yeah, you want to get started quickly. Go into
No,
ESO.
don't take that. Lord Jesus, all them DLCs, they're about
Mm.
as bad as WoW with DLCs. Every time you turn around, there is a new ESO DLC. Lord,
Ooh, I think I'm gonna get a tattoo soon.
when?
Yeah,
I gotta be there.
I don't know. Maybe around a birthday. I've been thinking about what I'm gonna get, and I think I know what I'm gonna get.
I need a new tattoo.
And I want to get. So I've been playing a lot of Dishonored, and I been playing it for a
He's
long
always
time.
playing it when he's not playing Marvel
And
Rivals.
shut the fuck up. And so
Me?
in Dishonored, uh, Corvo, Dowd, and everybody, even everybody has this signia on their back of their hand. It's the mark of the outsider.
Yeah.
And I would definitely get that on the back of my hand. For sure, for sure. And each of them are different.
Do you want it on your hand though? You sure
Probably,
you
yeah.
want it on your hand?
Yeah.
Do you know the pain tolerances? Cause
Now, look, I get my hair retwisted and it's pain up here because I'm tender headed as a
oh,
motherfucker.
okay, okay.
So, you know, but I like the way that look. I like the way it looks. Or I get Corvo Atano's like mask
Mm-hmm.
because his mask is dope too.
On your
Somewhere,
arm?
maybe like on my leg or something, on my arm or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, there you go.
yeah. I don't know. I really like the way that looks, and I think it would look really nice on a as a tattoo for sure, for sure. Just something different, and it's not like a whole bunch of color and stuff to it. Like especially the symbol of the outsider. It's just all lines and maybe like a black coloring and stuff.
Mm.
But other than that, that's about it, man. I know tattoos are people love them. I know some motherfuckers that
I
got
have
like
5
my
of them.
sister. Yeah, my sister is the tattoo person, and like as soon as my sister turned 18, gone.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, gone. Tattoo gone. I was like, damn. But yeah, I just never got them like that. But yeah, man, this episode. Okay, so I'm gonna say this episode was random, but it was actually pretty good.
It was not that bad. I wouldn't even call it
Nah,
random because we knew you were gonna talk about.
yeah,
'Cause he
neon.
texted me.
Yeah,
He was like, "Oh my god, I gotta talk about this." I was like, "Okay."
and I wasn't high. Like I
I had to
have not been
ask.
high. I haven't been high in a while.
I mean, you can't.
It's been almost 6 months.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yes.
Oh fuck! Time flies. Where the
Yeah.
fuck is time gone?
Yeah. It's been about 6 months. Yeah.
The
Yep.
fuck?
Cause I wasn't doing anything I went uh before I went home. Like before I went to Tennessee for the convention and all that stuff. I wasn't doing anything then anyway.
Yeah. See, October,
So
November.
yep. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's been a minute. Um but yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, you guys. I think we are good here. Oh wait, see little mushrooms. That's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah. Is there anything else? This is gonna be random. I don't know. This came into my head because I got to do it. Make sure you check your brakes on your cars, everybody. Make sure you keep those up to date and get your oil changed. Um,
We can't be
that's
like you
about
and
it.
do it ourselves. Okay.
Hey, you can take it whatever you want to do it yourself, whatever. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye
Bye.
guys.
Damn, that actually worked out all right. I want to see